Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis, and from the Powstanie Studio, John McTavish. How you doing?
Doing well, man.
Good
Doing
man.
well, guys.
It's almost Halloween time, baby. Woo!
That's right.
Gotta do our Halloween dance or something.
Do we have a Halloween dance?
Well, no, it's a thriller dance.
Oh, the thriller.
Yeah.
All right. So today we are talking about the Powstanie Connecticut Toro. Cigar 6-inch by 52 comes out of the Fabricated Tobacco's Nicoswenia factory in Nicaragua. Wrappers Ecuadorian, Connecticut, binders Pennsylvania, broadleaf fillers from Nicaragua. It is blended by Mike Shevkevich. Price point is $12. Cigar was released in August of 2023. And these cigars were sent to us by Cigar Hustler. So if you are in the
shit.
Deltona area, be sure to stop into the shop for a cigar and a libation. But if you are not in the area, you can always go to the website, place an order, and they will ship it out to you. All right. So with all that out of the way, Seth, what was your overall experience with this cigar?
Did you say Deltona? Is that the area you
Deltona.
said?
Deltona.
Deltona.
Yeah.
Deltona, Florida.
It's like the
As
I don't
opposed
know why they
redneck.
have a
to,
It's
southern
like the
accent, but they
even
do.
more redneck version of Daytona, I think.
I was
So
come on, man. Why do you have to do that? I mean, that's where I was going to go with it, but I mean, that's kind of what I was assuming. Yeah, I mean, listen, you said it, so here we go. Listen, I'll just going to begin by saying that the wrapper on mine, you can put that cigar up. Mine didn't look as good as that. Little rough, slight give and feel as well. Lots of veins, different sizes throughout. It was like a beautiful porn cock. Just first third started out with some earth, faint coffee notes, some cedar, hay, cream, lots of pepper spice, tons of pepper. It was, I don't know, I haven't gotten this much pepper since like an authentic Connecticut with like a really lacking Dominican Nicaraguan profile. So it was just like over the top Connecticut. Not criticizing, even though I have the lowest score on that. Like, I'm not criticizing for that, but that's where the similarity is if you're looking for something. Second, final, third kind of just continued to be in that same area. Burn and draw were really good. Medium strength and body. John?
What's that? The check cleared. It's deposited. Okay. Yeah, no, it's good. I really liked it. Yeah, it's good. No, all kidding aside, it was a different kind of Connecticut. I wasn't sure what to expect. I mean, I smoked one at the show because Mike was kind enough to give me one to smoke kind of pre review. But as we've said many times, something in Vegas is going to smoke very, very different than the actual release and when you actually sit down to review it. But it was different. I agree with some of what Seth said. It kind of started out with sweet, creamy tobacco, and then had a little bit of bread in the middle of the profile, and then immediately gave way to kind of a medium pepper with a little bit of red pepper flakes. So like that kind of really lingering, heavy palate profile pepper, but not overpowering for me. And then I got like this sort of peanut-like umami in the center, which was really interesting. I can't recall ever getting that in a Connecticut, so that was kind of pretty engaging in the profile. Chocolate on the retrohale, a little bit of vegetal, some dry wood, kind of checking all the boxes. And then the second third, the umami kind of let off, a little bit of sweetness and dry hay, wood in the post draw, mild chocolate on the retrohale. Kind of again, I was like, it's interesting that it's not a standard Connecticut, but also had a lot of this, keeping within the core of a Connecticut, what a Connecticut is. And the last third for me was a little bit more wood and hay driven. So wood, hay, sweet tobacco, mild chocolate still in the retrohale, but really kind of a wood driven last third, which kind of is what a Connecticut should be. So, I marked it as average, but that's kind of what a Connecticut is ultimately. Burn was perfect. Draw actually had some resistance. I was surprised, a little bit of resistance. I had to dock it. I'm sorry. But overall, yeah, that was good. It was good for me. What about you, Aaron?
Hold on really quick. Hold on. We have
Yep.
to stop really quick. Did you say
We
overall?
lost your video, by the way.
I know that.
Okay.
Did you
Check.
say, and I'm just trying to remember this because I need to go back to this and I need to write this down. You said it kind of finished woody and average, but that's how all Connecticut's are. Do you mean like all Connecticut's finish on an average note and all Connecticut's finish woody? I'm preparing myself for a conclusion because I take notes. So all the viewers out there, if you think we don't give a shit, here's this authentic rebuttal. This is not scripted. This is live action.
Not all Connecticut's. I'm saying that the when you think of a traditional Connecticut profile, traditional Connecticut profile absolutely has dry wood, hay, a little bit of sweetness, and then for me like a little bit of lingering hay on the palate, and like would probably define 70% of traditional Connecticut's on the market for me.
I just want you to know that me going after you was not in defense of the cigar and Mike. So I just want him to know that this is not me defending him. You still need to like John and write him the checks. I just want to get some things clarified. Yeah.
And I'm sure whatever score I give, I'm still going to hear from Mike at the show.
Yeah. All right. So for me, the cigars start with toasted cedar, earth, and mild baking spice. Got a light creaminess that paired up with the earth fairly quickly. Baking spice transitioned to black pepper halfway through the third. Second third saw the creaminess depart, and then the final third saw the toast level become pretty heavy. I thought the cigar had a nice start, well-balanced profile. As the creaminess dropped out in the second third, the profile dropped a level and kind of remained that way the rest of the way. Okay, Connecticut shade offering. Not anything that really intrigues me to want to come back to it. Maybe a different Vitola I'd try and see how it goes. But for me, it's just not the Connecticut shade that I would see myself kind of really coming back to a lot. So, all right, let's get into the scores. We're actually going to start at the top with June, who wasn't able to join us tonight. He gave it a 6.82. John gave it a 6.52.
What was his score?
6.82. Sorry? You gave it a 6.52. I gave it a 6 even, and Seth gave it a 5.4. So, John, how'd that 6.52 match up for you?
June just doesn't want to say something positive about
June would be more negative than I would be right now.
Unbelievable.
It's like
6.52 matches up well. I mean, 6.5 anything at this sort of 6.5 mark for me, that's a buy. So like, that's something where I'm like, I would recommend it. I would buy it. And that matches up well. I think it's an unusual expression of a Connecticut, but it works for me, and I think work for a lot of people out there.
Yeah, my 6 even matches up well. Above average flavor profile, really good construction. I think just a little bit of waviness in the burn was the only issue going on there. So it was not bad. It kind of falls in that same trap a lot of cigars do, where it's just that first third kind of has your interest, and then kind of as some components start dropping out, I lose interest pretty quick in it. So I just needed that creaminess to last longer to really keep my engagement there, and it just didn't happen. All right, Seth, 5.4.
Yeah, I just think that we should just smoke an intemperance EC. And granted, I know that I shat. Is it shat?
Yeah,
shat.
Post took a shit on Indonesian Basuki, and I know that's in the EC, but I just think it's a more complex blend. This really isn't even a strength issue because I didn't put all the I wrote an original conclusion. I read it. Seemed way too harsh. It's not that it was too strong, because like I think James Brown and Hector have produced stronger Connecticut's that are even more flavorful, and still balanced and complex. Skip's produced more complex and balanced Connecticut's for better prices. I think it's just really peppery. So it kind of like reminded me of, this is going to be like almost like a really fancy modern Macanudo. And I know that it didn't speak to me, and it's not one of those Connecticut's I like. And I know that that's going to be harsh, but I'm just I smoke a lot of Connecticut's. I didn't like the blend. I think there's probably some people who will, but it was too pepper forward. But June liked it. So where's he?
I don't know, man. And like June normally isn't a pepper guy. So
did he get pepper in his notes?
I don't know.
But baking spices, leather tannins.
No, he didn't really get dried
red pepper spice, roasted.
I definitely got the red pepper flake.
Roasted nuts.
These
leather
nuts.
Tannins.
Yeah, not a lot of pepper.
He got lots of nuts.
That's surprising, though.
I got a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I agree on your take though, Seth, in the sense that when I was smoking, I was definitely like, this is going to be a divisive Connecticut because it doesn't really fall on one side or the other, and it's different and different sometimes rocks the boat. But I think,
It's almost
you know,
Habano like.
pardon me?
It's almost like Habano like. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
But
With the
not
intensity,
like,
you mean?
yeah, but not like, like Dion's done some Habanos which are like very Connecticut like. This is
Mhm.
almost like a Connecticut. I don't know. I think the Pennsylvania broadleaf really plays a factor on
Yeah, yeah.
the wrapper.
But Mike said in blending this, like he, this is what he blended and he liked it, and that's why he put it out. And I
Yeah.
respect that. I respect him and
It's his
brand
blend, man.
owner
It's
who's like,
Connecticut.
yeah, I respect a brand owner who's like, listen, I like this. You don't have to like it. I like it. We're putting it out. We're gonna stand behind it. Rather than trying to make an everyman Connecticut. And like I said, there's I don't know how many thousands of Connecticut offerings out there, and there's some good ones for sure, but there's also a lot of Connecticut's out there where it's like I've smoked this in 100 different variations, and it's the same cigar, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you need something different.
Yep. All right. Wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, develophouse.com. You can follow us on all the social media channels and catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Tanya.